it got really confusing. We break up and then we have sex. Hi YouTube, it's Lexa.
And I'm Ash, and welcome to our channel.
Today we're gonna cover part 3 on this roller coaster ride that Ash has put us through. So in this chapter, Ash has the audacity to break up with me. She asked me to extend my flight because I was visiting Arizona. This is my second time flying in, and she asked me to extend my flight and then breaks up with me like 5 days later.
That last time we left off on us seeing each other in California, that was right before Christmas, I believe.
So I went home, Ash went home. I reassured her that I am only interested in her and I am not seeing anybody else.
Yep, and same with me.
And same with her.
And I wasn't.
And she wasn't.
And I really liked you.
And she really liked me, at least it seemed.
I did.
So then I decide to surprise Ash with tickets for me to come to Arizona.
For New Year's Eve.
Yes, but that wasn't the only reason I had to come to Arizona. I had planned to sign on some units that I was wanting. My deals weren't going through, and next thing you know, I am still in Arizona, and it's January, I think, like 14th.
I think that's the day you left, yeah.
That's the day I left.
So it was like 2 weeks that she ended up being there.
So we're in Arizona, we're handling my business stuff, which is honestly, I'm a little annoyed because I wasn't planning on being in Arizona that long, and I did not want to overstay my welcome because it's not like Ash had her own place. She was renting a room.
So this whole time that she was in Arizona, we were going from place to place, finding things to furnish her Airbnb rentals, and then also moving me into this new apartment. And it was chaotic. It was so much moving.
Yeah, we literally just spent the day moving, and if not moving, buying things to furnish these places. And
then
then
a week straight.
And then we would barely eat. We'd literally pull up at McDonald's to have some food and then spend the whole day furnishing and getting these units ready for short-term rentals. And then we had 2 days off that we decided to go to my cabin.
Before that, sorry, I just wanted to say
What?
that she ended up coming with me on a flight. I flew you on.
Oh yeah, it's very important.
She was my first passenger ever, and I took her to one of my flight school lessons. But I think I only had like one flight school lesson that whole week. Like I kind of just let school fall by the wayside.
Yeah, and I had no idea.
Stressed.
I had no idea what her school life was supposed to look like at that time. So yeah, she wasn't being responsible whatsoever in school. It's what happened. You weren't going to school. You weren't studying. I didn't know you were supposed to do that. I was just focused, honestly, on my business when I got here and getting that done. And then we had, I think, a couple of days off, and we chose to go to Lake Arrowhead to my cabin, and that's where you met my friend Liz and Wes. And we drove back to Arizona, back to business, back to work. And out of nowhere, just a complete 180, Ash just breaks up with me. Out of nowhere, she literally, on the way to Lake Arrowhead, she was like, you should stay for my birthday, you should extend your flight, I mean, you're already here. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll extend my flight. And then she breaks up with me. Honestly, I did not see it coming at all. I honestly didn't even know what to say because it was out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. Like nothing happened. It's not like we got in an argument, and her reasoning at the time was because she didn't feel like she was being responsible in school, which you weren't, and that this relationship was being too much of a distraction, and it was very hard for her to not put me first when we were dating exclusively. And I could totally tell that you were stressed out, and you were just really stressed out.
And I wasn't like speaking up for myself. I think I felt a little bit like, I think stressed. We were having to furnish these units, and like we were using my car, and like you needed my help, and I'm such like a giver in that way. We're all just like give and give and give. And I should have maybe expressed like, hey, I'm like really stressed out with how I'm not like doing things with school, and I'm literally moving to, and this is a really chaotic time for me, and I feel kind of I think I felt a little bit used in a way, even though I know that that wasn't like, I should have expressed that to you, but I didn't. And then I also, there were just a lot of things compounding. Like, I truly did feel like, I don't know if I can manage being in school and being as responsible with it as I need to be and put my head down and just do it while I'm in something serious. Like, I just, like, obviously I like her and I want to, and especially because we were distant, it was so difficult because it's either like we don't see each other or we're just in each other's business nonstop for like weeks. You know what I mean? Or like however long we see each other. And that's a really hard dynamic to do, especially when you're trying to have consistency with school. And there were a few other things too.
Okay, so that's
which we can
all
save.
she told me. That's for later. So what she told me at that time and that day was that I'm basically, long story short, I'm too stressed. I can't do this. I need to focus on school. That's the main priority. Maybe I can date in 2 years, but not right now.
Is that what I said?
I don't know. You said something like in a year or something.
Yeah.
And I remember you were like, well, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know what I think. I just think okay. And you're so like, well, what do you think? What do you think? And I was like,
I was so caught off guard. You literally didn't even respond. You're like, okay. And I was like, what?
I don't know what you wanted me to say. I was so caught off guard. I didn't even have, honestly, time to really process it. And then you wanted my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm still digesting what you just said. Yeah. We did have a small little conversation where I expressed, I understand feeling how you feel, because I've also had experiences. I've had that experience where I don't feel like I could ever do both when I'm in a relationship. I feel as if I drop the ball always somewhere when I'm in a relationship. But at the same time, it was also something that I wanted to transform in my life, and I knew that the only way to transform that is to actually do it, not just prepare to do it, but actually do it.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
And that was that. And then we had sex.
Yeah, I broke up with her, and then she was just like, okay, yeah, so. And I was so like caught off guard, but then I was like, well, I'll enjoy this for now.
I'll enjoy this for now. It got really confusing. We break up, and then we have sex. And we're acting pretty normal.
Yeah.
As if that conversation never happened.
Yeah.
Because remember, I extended my flight, so I had 3 more days or something of me staying in Arizona.
Okay, so I think you spent the night, and then I want to say the next day was like the day before my birthday, and I think you just kind of did your own thing and worked on your...
Well, you had your parents' things. You had to go to your parents' house for some sleepover that you guys do every year or something. And she went and did that, and I went to work.
I felt really guilty because, like, part of me was like...
Well, you were also really sick, remember?
Oh,
you got really sick.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. I just remember thinking, like, I would feel really guilty if I just, like, broke it off with her and then, like, expected her to do something for my birthday. And then I got sick anyway, so I guess it didn't even matter. But you came over did you come over that night? Or was it the next day?
I did not see you on your actual birthday because you were really sick. You literally left your parents, and then
I laid in bed all day.
Yeah.
And so then the next day I was feeling definitely better, and you came over, and you bought me a Fitbit for my birthday.
Yeah, I had to buy her a gift. I'm not going to see you and not buy you anything.
It was really cute, because I've been, like, concerned about my sleep and how well I was sleeping.
She was so stressed out.
Yeah.
She was so stressed out.
She got me a Fitbit to, like, monitor my sleep, which was really cute and thoughtful, and she bought me this whole big box full of candy, because I love candy, and all, like, my favorite ones. It was really cute.
And then we had sex again.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget that. And then, like, I drove you to the airport right after that,
and then,
right?
Yeah, we just made out, and then I left. We still talked here and there through text messages.
So she moved here, I think, without even telling me?
Yeah, I didn't want to tell her that I was moving here, because I didn't want her to think, like, I'm moving here for her or something.
But to be honest, was it a little bit?
No, baby. I mean, I knew you were gonna be here, and I thought that was. We weren't talking like that,
I know.
And it was in my mind like done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So you moved here for business? Okay, yeah. She moved here for business, and you like messaged me that you were gonna be in town. I think you told me that.
No, she gets this. You get this so mixed up, baby.
I don't think you told me that you moved here.
I never told you I moved here. You texted me randomly one day, and you're like, "Hey, when are you back in town?" And I was like, "Why?"
No, that was for the. No, that was
it, baby. And then
for oysters.
Yeah, and then and I was like, why? Because hence we're not talking like that anymore. And I was like, why? And you're like, because I like to see you again.
No, that was before. No, that was
it, baby.
No.
That was it. I'll pull up the receipt.
No, that was after Bisbee. Before we like actually.
No,
got
that
together.
that was when I was in Florida, and you messaged me the same thing again.
I messaged you twice, baby. No, I swear to God.
I'm gonna pull it up.
One of the
I'm gonna pull it up.
I guess I messaged you.
So that's what happened.
Okay.
So then she texted me that, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm gonna be in town actually, but I didn't tell you I was moving. I just said I'm gonna be in town. We can still do the oyster thing, because we had talked about it before, but through that message was when I said, I'll take you to eat oysters.
Yeah. And then I think on the date you told me that you had just been there.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh.
She thinks I'm just gonna go to Arizona to do business, but really I'm going there because I'm moving. So she had no idea, and I told her at dinner. So basically from there, Ash and I were just, as you guys like to call it, a situationship.
Yeah.
We would just go out on dates. This is in March.
I guess.
We went out on like maybe 3 dates.
No, I think it was only 2. And then it wasn't until I reached out to you to hang out again when I actually was like interested in you again.
That's it?
Yeah, I think we only hung out twice.
So from March, oh yeah, it was only a month. We only lasted a month being a situationship.
Well, it's because right after you left in January, we still would like every now and then talk over just over texting or DM. So we are. I used to call us like a situationship from like January until April.
Okay.
But we only saw each other twice in that time. The funny thing is I like started dating other people. I really was like, I'm not gonna date. I can't even handle dating with school. And I swear to God, I've never been hit on so much in my entire life. Okay, I seriously was like trying to like be like, no, I'm not dating. And then it just like kept on dating. Honestly, I think that was a good thing, because I think I had just broken up with my ex it's been a year now, like last July.
So you broke up with your ex, or you guys broke up in July, and then
we started talking in October.
End of October, July, August, September. That's like 3 months.
Like 3.5 months, yeah. And so I feel like I'm glad that I kind of took some more time to date and to be single and alone for a little bit, because I don't think I was fully ready to jump into a relationship that soon the first time we were hanging out. And I think I got kind of scared by that. So I feel like I needed to date a little bit longer, and so I did. I went out and I dated more. And in that time, I can't even like fully express what clicked for me. I'm just the type of person who kind of, I can go from like 0 to 100. Like it's just, once something is like a decision, it finally clicks in my mind, it just makes sense for me, then I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
You just woke up one day and you're like, oh yeah, I want to date Alexa one day.
It's more that I was dating other people, and it made me realize how much I missed you. And like what we had and what I appreciated, and also I started thinking about what it would be like to actually like date you and let you in, and I started recognizing that there were certain things and assumptions that I'd made about you that I didn't know were fully accurate or not. And so I was like, honestly, I want to reach out to her again and start hanging out with her again, because I do really miss her, and I want to kind of like feel out these things that I had already just like made the assumption about her with, and I'm not actually sure are true.
But we were seeing each other still.
Like, yeah, but like very lightly.
Okay.
Like I was like, I kind of wanted to start actually pursuing you again. Okay. I was like, I think that I actually might want to be with this girl, but I need to like hang out with her. Like we need to hang out more again, because we've only seen each other like twice since January. And I want to see her again and see if these things that I kind of, like these assumptions I kind of made about her, like I don't know why I, like, just had this realization where I'm like, I think that maybe those things are not correct. And I think that maybe I don't know. My heart just opened up to you. No. Well, maybe
she is crazy.
It made sense to me in my mind, because there were certain things that I decided about you that after actually, like, analyzing them, I'm like, I don't know if that's fair or true.
Ash realized all of a sudden she misses me and she wants to pursue me. That's where we're gonna leave it at.
Yep.
What do you think Ash does to pursue me?
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm gonna leave you with that thought. And if you were me, would you take Ash back?
Alrighty, thanks for listening.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Stay tuned for part 4.
Yep.
Parte 4.